I got an update to something that we had been talking about recently. I got this from. Oh, actually, never mind. Before I go into that, let me grab the dude. She's calling in. Dude, what's up? How are you? Oh shit! Hold on.
Oh, I had to go pick up my dinner, so I hung up.
That's okay. What's going on? Good to hear from you. This is Carrie from Rochester, also known as the dude. What can I
Cool.
do for you?
What what's for dinner?
Nothing. The storm was crazy here last night too. So I went and bought cones on my way home from work, but then I couldn't find them. So while your show was on, I was like, God damn it, I can't find my cones. So then I went to go to the gas station. It was like, because Taylor was
Cones.
in Mexico.
You're saying cones.
Taylor,
Pre-roll
like
cones.
raw cones to stuff. Yeah, because I'm bad at rolling. I always have nails on, so
Sure.
I like stuff the cones. But then, so Taylor was on in Mexico City, dude. It was so good. The live stream, like the Swifties in Mexico, like their accents, dude, they were cracking me up all night. But
So, I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
yeah, dude, it was like I had crumpled the piece of paper. Dude, it was so funny. But then
Check it
I
off.
went.
Check it off. Check it off. That's fun. I could do that all night. I could do that all night long. That would be great.
Take it off. Oh,
That's
dude, it was so good. I like screenshotted a bunch of it because I was just here laughing. But I
that's
went to
fun.
go to the gas station, and dude, it was like pouring rain and like lightning everywhere. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm gonna go do a dab because I'm not getting cones tonight. But yeah, no, it was really stormy here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that everybody was okay. I haven't seen anybody in the league or anybody say that they had anything really bad go on, so that's good.
You know,
But I
my
did see.
friend Heather, who lives in Mentor, she said she was trying to get gas today, and she has no power, and she said all the gas stations were closed.
Yeah, I heard from a few people that they're out on that side of town that power has been out like all day. I don't even know if my daughter or her boyfriend have power back
Dude,
yet.
how did you?
So,
Okay, I'm just gonna say, okay, Jeffrey, can you call your daughter when there's like an emergency?
oh, you're right.
God
I
damn
did
it.
pull. Yeah, that was a bad move. You're right. I did pull a bad dad move there. It was calling B1 and not calling my daughter and
Yeah,
her
like
calling
what?
me
She
today.
doesn't. Oh, your
Guys,
daughter. She's way nicer than B1.
I'm bad actually. You know what? I got to call my kids. I got to call the other kids too, the boys, and find out. I got to talk to
Yeah,
them about how the first
your
work of.
mom.
I got to catch up on how the first week of school went, and I haven't done that because I've been I am making excuses, but I've just been bogged down with work and stuff and trying to get the house in order. But no, I'm bad dad mode. I've been I got to get back to the kids and talk to them more. So thank you for putting my feet to the fire, Carrie. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, have a good night, dude.
You too. Adios.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, you're on another dumb show. Who's this? Hello. Hello, you're on another dumb
Hello,
show. Hey, who's this?
it's Ziggy.
Ziggy, how are you, man? Long time no talk. What's going on?
Man, it's been an uphill battle, but living life, man.
I hear you
I
man.
just
It never seems to level out or never seems to go downhill, right? It's just constantly gone that uphill, man, that uphill climb. But what I saw you said you started a project in there or something. What's going on?
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it or anything. I didn't want to, I'm not using your show to promote anything like that, but
Go right
I just
ahead.
want
I
to
don't care,
squash the
man.
beef and quash the past.
I appreciate that, man. It's nice to see you back in there, man. I feel the same way. I was always one of the things I kind of regretted about the first time around because I knew you were such a big fan of the show and you were dedicated, and I always hated that stupid thing happened with the game because it was just supposed to be just a silly, fun game, and it got so heated and intense, and I hated all that, and then I was trying to just be bust balls about the tattoo, and you didn't like that, and I felt bad about that, and so I just again I say I want to do
No, I
positive
get it.
vibes, and I'm busting chops and stuff too. So it's I kind of it's a two-way street too. So I do feel bad in that sense that I was busting your balls so much, dude. So it's good to have you back for sure,
I
dude.
mean, they don't call you Captain Content for nothing.
That's cool. I'll take that. I'll take that. So. But no, what is your project? What do you got going on, man? You doing a YouTube channel, your own show or
Um,
something, dude?
yeah, I recently started a podcast. Been
Cool.
thinking about it ever since, COVID hit. and I recently just got a room available at my house. I turned it into a studio, and it's been going pretty good.
Good for you.
Set up, it's just the freaking lag and getting the internet to work. Just the stupid crap that you have to go through.
It's expensive. It's expensive. Buy the fast internet. Trust me, it's very expensive. Did a lot of tests on the lower internet. Had to switch up to that business class, buddy. So keep that in mind if you want that steady stream, because anything less. It's a lot. It's a pain in the butt. So, well, that's good, dude. I'm happy that
$bucks that I put in there.
Yeah, it ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. So, well, hey, dude, everybody, what's the name of your channel if you want people to check it out? What's it called?
Oh, that's it right there. It's in my name right there, Ziggy Talks.
Oh, there you go. Nice and easy,
That's
Ziggy Talks. So there you go. Check out from an old blast from the past, as they say, pre-Noah's Ark flood. Ziggy is back around. So, like I said, dude, it's good to hear you. Good to see you back. Glad there's no beef, and I wish you all the best with your endeavor, my dude.
Yeah, I'm glad to see your show still going, and glad to see you back, man.
Thanks, dude.
I apologize for everything that happened in the past with us, and
I apologize.
Hope everything goes well for you in the future.
I apologize too, man. I feel the same way. Likewise, dude. All the best. I hope you see you around too. All right.
Yep, for sure, man. You have a good show, man.
You too. There you go. See, people always call me a dick. I can admit when I make mistakes. I can't stand dudes that aren't able to admit when they do something wrong. I literally can't. It's like one of the worst things that it's like one of the worst qualities in people, Mikey. Like you're like me. You're willing to admit you fuck up. Like you'll admit it. You've no problem admitting it. It's just happens. You do it enough, you get to the point where you're like, I'm used to fucking up. So I just tell everybody if I fuck up. So your mic's off, dude.
It's so much easier for me to be truthful after I fucked up, because
yeah, and honestly, like the
feels better.
Every guy goes through a stage where they're too prideful to apologize for something, even if they know they were wrong. They just die on that hill just because they have this just kind of built-in male pride. But eventually, you get to a point in your life, and I went through that too, and I feel like I got out of that a while ago, but I truly don't. It's the best. It's really a great thing for guys. If you're one of those guys who can never admit you're wrong, that's a bad quality. Quit doing it. It just it does nothing but make your life harder and everything like that too. It sucks. I can't stand guys that are like that. So, all right. I did mention that we have an update to a story. What time is it here? Oh, no, we got plenty of time. Perfect. So. I mentioned that we have a quick story. Remember the Bobby Althoff Drake drama, Mikey? We couldn't figure out why. There was, the Bobby Althoff, that's the YouTuber who interviewed Drake, and there were rumors that the two of them ended up banging, and she was getting a divorce because of it, and that's because the two of them started unfollowing each other, and she had to scrub all of the videos of the two of them off of her pages, and nobody understood why. Well, there's a TikToker who's come out with a theory on why, and I don't know if this is confirmed, but after seeing it, I'm a little confused. I don't know if I'm confused by it. I don't understand really what Drake's intention, why he would do this, is my point. So watch this. You guys judge for yourself and let me know what you think.
We actually have an update of the Bobby Drake drama, and it seems that Drake really did screw Bobby. So if you remember, Bobby interviewed Drake for her podcast, a really good podcast, and that video went viral as hell. And then one day, magically, the video just disappeared. And then these wild rumors started popping up of Bobby and Drake actually, having relations.
Ivana's like, I heard that Bobby slept with Drake and is getting divorced. So I asked her. I DM'd Bobby. What? You asked her, did you sleep with Drake and are you getting a divorce?
And now come to find out, Drake really did screw her, but legally, not physically. So during the interview, he actually brought up Tyga, and Bobby said, I have no idea who that is, which baffled Drake. And he was like, you don't know Tyga? You've never heard of Rack City? And actually grabbed his phone and started playing the song Rack City and left it playing while they continued the interview. Well, Drake being Drake actually remembered him doing this and was like, this is how I can get her video taken down. So on YouTube, you're not allowed to play licensed music. And Rack City is actually owned by Universal Music Group. So Drake and his team actually notified them saying that Bobby was playing unlicensed music
Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me here this evening on issue number 93, not 33, as I had incorrectly marked it earlier. So I apologize for that, guys. I cannot hear a freaking thing right now. I don't know what's going on with my headphones right now, but I cannot hear myself at all. That is really weird. Anyway, hi, welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Sorry about that. It's really hard to talk when you can't hear yourself. You have no idea what the hell's going on. So, okay, you can hear me. I see levels. We are good to go. It's alive. Sorry, guys, a little bit of a cluster F right before the show started today. I realized that I had not changed the camera 2 over here. Camera 2. There you go. You hear Darla squeaking away over there. Reenie, Darla, let's back off the squeaking here tonight, honey. Anyway, you'll see that camera's not in its normal spot. That is because I did some racing yesterday and I forgot to, I had the camera down on the floor for my pedals to show the foot, you know, the gas and the brake. I forgot to put it back. So right literally with about 30 seconds before we started, I realized the camera was pointing at my toes. And there was, you know, I didn't want to start the show. You guys, my dirty ass socks down there. So sorry about that. Before we get started, I'd want to give a quick shout out to Brap. He's the main man, always first in chat. He's, man, got to give that guy credit. He's got something going down. I don't know if he's actually my neighbor or what, but this guy definitely knows what's up. So shout out to Brap for being first in the chat. And of course, to all my official members of the League of Dummies, shout out to all you guys. Glad to have you guys here. I see Phil Crevices is an official member now, and he also gifted out 5 official Dumb Show memberships. So Crystal, Deanna, Rich, Mike, you guys are all, and there's probably one more in there somewhere, or people just don't have their gifts enabled. So make sure you have your gifts enabled. That way, because the league members, the official league members love to give out those memberships. So make sure you guys have those enabled. And look who's back. Blue Wolverine back in the chat after a self-imposed week-long ban. I'm glad to have you back, bro. Seriously, I know I sent you an email and we were in the Discord chatting there for a sec. I got a notification I was DJing a wedding this weekend. And I usually have my phone just kind of off and not really paying attention to it, but I got a weird notification that popped up on it, and I was like, what the heck is this? What is this? What am I looking at right here? And I realized that I was looking at my notifications for Discord. And I got a notification that said that Blue Wolverine had joined the Discord. So I was like, all right, he's back, baby. So welcome back, my dude. I'm glad to have you here. Oh, by the way, the phones are working. 844-HIT-DUM, 844-448-3862. Give us a call if you want to give us a chat about anything we're talking about today, or if you got something going on. Feel free. Give me a call. I mentioned at a wedding this weekend. It was a big wedding. Had it all, man. Ceremony, reception, photo booth, lighting. It was the whole shebang. So basically every service I offer, we were able to accommodate this weekend, and it was fantastic. We did a great job. Keely ran the photo booth, and we did a really good job. I was really impressed with, well, how it's a tough group this weekend. A lot of drinkers, a lot of non-compliant kind of guests. Good people, but just, I think they were there, you know, they're people who work in the first response industry. So you know how they go. They let loose when they party. So they were feeling pretty good. There was poor Keely and everything went great, by the way. The ceremony went off without a flaw. The reception, thank God they had me, because right when they were supposed to be getting back for introductions, I got a phone call saying, hey, we decided we want to take more pictures. So just feed all the guests and we'll do introductions when we get back after dinner. I said, it's your party, man. You do it. So I kind of took over the schedule at that point and made sure everything ran according to schedule. So that was nice, because you know, most weddings, you know, you want them to run kind of flawlessly, but every once in a while, it's nice when a little wrinkle gets thrown in, and you got to kind of jump to action, or I have to jump to action and make sure everything runs smoothly and without any issues. So that went really well. And real quick, the one funny thing that happened at the wedding was, and this is the first time this ever happened, because I have this photo booth, right? And you know how a photo booth works. It prints out, you take the picture, you tap the button, it takes 4 pictures, and then it prints out a couple photo strips that have those 4 pictures on it. Well, with my photo booth, we also offer a little QR code with it. So you can actually take your phone out and you scan that QR code, and it takes you to an event gallery that has all the pictures for the night, the actual raw, hard pictures, the 4 of them, and then the photo strip. So you get 5 for each time it goes through. So I'm sitting there DJing, doing my things, waxing on the 1s and 2s or whatever. And then all of a sudden this lady comes up to me, and I assumed she was coming up for a request. And she came up and she put this picture in my face, a photo, one of the photo strips. She goes, "I need this taken off the internet." And I said, "What?" And she goes, "I didn't know that these pictures were going on the internet. I need these taken off of the internet." And I said, "Okay, I'll do my best to remember." And she goes, What? I go, "What do you mean what?" "I'll do my best to remember. It's hours from now after the event." I go, "I have to go in and physically delete all those pictures and try to, and before I upload them, because even if I delete them in the system, they're going to half upload in the cloud. So I gotta get in there and in between." And she was like, "Well, I hope you'll remember." And I'm like, "I'll do my best to remember." So I was looking at them, and they were fairly tame pictures. I mean, it was a guy and a girl. I think they were kissing in one of them. The girl was like, the guy had the girl like bent over in front of him once. It's like she was on her knees. I mean, so like no nudity or anything like that. Just kind of implied sex. So, at first I thought about it. I'm like, what is the big deal about this? Who cares? You know what I mean? What's the big deal? I was like, you and your boyfriend or you and your husband or whatever are doing some pictures on the internet, like, that are going to be from a wedding. Cool. They should be fun. What's the big deal? And then it dawned on me later on. I was like, oh shit. What if like they're not boyfriend and girlfriend, and what if she has a husband and he has a girlfriend, or something along those lines, and they weren't supposed to be doing those things in the photo booth, and they could get away with it doing it in front of the people at the wedding, but if word got out outside of the wedding, it could be a problem. So I did actually remember. I made sure I got home, and before I uploaded everything, I deleted all the pictures and stuff like that. So they were safe. Phil, our photo booth. Phil, you can't show Hooters in my photo booth. Actually, mine's an open air booth because it's like a backdrop with a tower taking the pictures, because those closed booths ever since COVID, nobody wants to get in those things. Plus, that's just what I have. So it's much easier to set up, and people prefer it. Those big ones, they take up a lot of space in the venues, and a lot of times I work kind of barns and stuff like that. So most people prefer the open air ones anyway. So so that's that. Let's see. So it's a great event. I had an awesome weekend. I'm very proud of myself for the work that I did this weekend. Let's see. Let me check in here. Thanks again to Phil for handing out those memberships. That was really nice of you to do that. I appreciate it. I did see message in here. Jason, I did get your email. I thought we had an email scheduled. We had a meeting scheduled for this Wednesday, not last Wednesday. So we got to talk. I got to talk to you and Kate after the show, because I just saw your email right before the show started. So Jason, I'll get back to you guys after the show. Dankus Cow says, "Hey, Dumb, you talked to anyone from RMG lately?" Actually, I just texted Dieter today. Not that I speak with him often by any means, but I did just actually coincidentally speak with him today. I wanted to find out what our when I was in a league with him for. Oh, speaking of that, down there, I just realized Mikey's down there, and I never even clicked over to him. What's up, my dude? How are you? My bad, bro. Oh, hold on. Where's that at? There we go. What's up, dude? How are you? You're good. You're good. All right. So it's I didn't miss too much then. The huge. All right. Good. So yes, I was just saying I talked to Dieter earlier today for a second, because I was in a fantasy football league with him when I worked at iHeart. And oh, you know what? I got to turn that off. I just realized I was doing a test earlier, and I have to turn that off. There we go. I was doing a test for the fantasy football setup for when we have everybody in here, so we can have the names up for everyone. But when I texted Dieter earlier to ask if we had a PPR league or a regular league, because I couldn't remember what we did last time.
PPR.
Well, we ended up he didn't get back to me in time, but by the time I needed to make the league. So I said to myself, you know what? I've never done a PPR league before. The league's turning more into heavy passing and even passing now to running backs too. So why not do PPR? So I did a PPR league, which I thought would make you happy because you like receivers. I thought you liked that. I thought you wanted
a PPR guy. I'm an old school scoring guy.
Oh, I thought you were one of the ones pushing for PPR.
No.
Shit, can I go back and change that?
You can, but it really don't make a difference at this point.
All right, cool. Well, then we'll try it. Why not? It'll just make you have to work harder in this league versus the other ones then, I guess. So, but so, yeah, that was that. So I set up I did set up the fantasy football thing. I think we should be pretty good for tomorrow night. I got my little box all set up for it, and I put some stuff together. So I think we should be pretty good for it for tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to the draft. It's tomorrow night, 8:00. I believe everybody should be good to go. I sent out the link today. I think I have 8 out of 12 people have gotten in. So we got 4 people who have not jumped in to actually get their league set up or get their team set up at this point. So guys, what are you waiting for? Let's do it. You're gonna miss out. So all right. So yeah, the league is starting to look good. Maybe I'll show you in a little bit what it's going to look like tomorrow night, just to get everybody's idea for it. See if it looks like shit or see what you guys think. See if I should make any changes. Mikey, hold the fort for a sec. Check in with the chat. I just realized I forgot to get something to drink, and my throat is dry as balls. So hang on. Check in with them for 2 seconds. Check in with Phil. Yeah, he's checking with Phil. He's in our league, so maybe he can talk. You talk to him fantasy for a sec. Come on. Why is this not cutting? There we go.
Yeah, Frill, you did get to see my fantasy football logo that I've been raving about. It took me a long time to figure out how to make that thing. I'm very technologically slow. That's for sure. Exactly, Brap. How dry are balls? That's what I was wondering. The first thing I thought of was how dry balls could get. Mine are usually kind of, well, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Okay.
Man.
Sorry about that, guys. All right. All right. So I'm back. You okay over there? Mike is dying. He's that vape or whatever. How's your rib? How are your ribs, by the way?
Ribs are still painful, but at a point where they're manageable. So
it seems like you guys did shift something back to where it needed to be, and it just hurt like a mother effer, and you're just starting to maybe heal finally.
Yeah, absolutely. Because right now I'm enjoying some rocks from the moon.
Ooh, nice, very nice. Neighbor Dave is saying, can you check the draft order? I'm 4th pick in the league, but the website's saying I'm pick 11. Yeah, it's not set yet because I still got to get.
Leave that alone. I'm picking 4th according to the page now. Let's go.
Yeah, no, right now because not everybody. There's still 4 people left, and it's just plopping them all into random order yet, and I haven't actually dragged everybody into the actual correct order for the league yet, Dave. So don't worry, I'll make sure it's correct for tomorrow. I just got to make sure we have all 4. The rest of the 4 guys jump in so I can put the draft together. Okay, let's see. Jason Felton, an official member of the League of Dummies. I want to welcome you, my dude. Thank you very much. It's good to have you here, my friend. I'm happy to hear your ribs are doing better, Mike. Yeah, I know that was driving you crazy, and I know how much rib pain. I'm glad it's not a broken rib because that would have just been going on and on for months, and you'd have been miserable. So I'm glad to see.
Never healed because I would have never taken a long enough break from smoking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I know, because I was the same way, and it just took mine twice as long to heal, but for the same reason. I would just cause myself so much misery. All right. Mikey, did you watch the F1 race?
I did not watch the F1 race, no.
Come on, man.
Your F1 race. I watched your F1 race yesterday.
Pooh, if you could call it that. Boy, that was
struggle bus.
That was I tell you, maybe not. You
skipped all that
bad.
Practice.
I did. You know what it was? Is I took a break in between practice and qualifying to come and BS with everybody, like for a second before we started, and that was the problem. As I needed to go right from practice into qualifying while it was fresh in my mind, especially that track. that French Grand Prix or Grand Prix of France, whatever the hell they call it, is that track is so hard because it's so open. There's no walls to really give you an idea where turns are. It's so open, and you just have to know the track. And I just don't know that track very well. And I'm just too aggressive still. Don't have enough in me to slow down before these turns. I can't get myself to, especially when I'm start really moving along, and when I start hitting them right, and then all of a sudden I'm going faster than normal, and then I'm not braking, I'm not accounting for that, and then I get all offline, and then it's the same problem all the time. So I just got to get, I get in bad habits in some races, and I have to, and it's hard to break those habits. It takes me laps to get out of that bad habit. You saw by lap 10, 11, I was starting to get it a little bit.
Oh yeah, you're finally getting your groove.
Yeah, finally. I mean, it took long enough, but I do have a couple comments from that video. It's my special Sunday F122 Racing Live that I did last night, where I had, if you guys didn't see that, it was a video of me racing, and then down in the corner, you had my face, or me and my racing wheel, and then my other corner was my little tooters down there hitting the gas and the brake, so you could kind of see that. Which was kind of fun. So this was from user dash, a whole bunch of letters, says, I love these kind of videos, so I'm glad you liked it. Jose says, good content for us F1 fans. You're not too bad of a driver, so Mike, you can screw yourself. It wasn't too bad, he says. So that's nice. Let's see. And Marty said, it would be awesome if you and Mikey could play against each other. And user blah, blah, blah says, yeah, that'd be cool. I agree, Mikey. That would be cool. Strawberry Charlie says, damn, I missed it. Crooked Orchid said, damn, I'm sorry I missed it too. Yeah, so we got to get you a place. You got to get into a PlayStation, dude. You got to make that move. Or is there an F122 for Xbox? Because I know that's cross-platform.
I'm sure there is. I don't know if it's cross-platform though.
I'm pretty sure it is. Because when I was looking up cross-platform games, because I was considering doing some like cross-platform stuff on Steam. To be, or not through Steam, because I was looking up all the different platforms that worked for Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, worked on them all to be able to play maybe a gaming night on Discord with everybody, where everybody'd be able to talk and hear each other and all that crap and play along, which I thought would be fun, but I don't know if technically I'll be able to pull it off. But either way, that's why I was looking into all of that cross-platform stuff, and I thought I saw in particular F122 was cross-platform, maybe just Steam and PS5, but I would assume Xbox too. Scott78 saying something about if you have an iPhone, it doesn't work on the app. That's somebody helping. I'm sorry, Scott. That was Scott helping Gunner try to figure out how to join and become an official member of the League of Dummies. So, all right. Yeah, the watch. So speaking of F1, what a race yesterday, man. Hold on. Before we get into that, we got to get into what happened on Saturday. Did you see any of this? What happened on Saturday?
No, I heard there was a very nasty wreck, though.
Did I not upload it? Oh no! Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, guys, because I'm gonna have to upload this video because I just remembered I recorded it. Let's get you back.
Well, shout out to Phil Crevices for gifting another 5 memberships.
Just now?
Yep. No, never mind. Damn it.
Oh, are you behind?
Yeah, my chat. Sorry, guys. It's them rocks from the moon. I'm still giving Phil a shout out though. What's up, Phil?
Good job. That's good job. Well, Mikey, you're picking up how to do this though, and I got to do all these things when I forget to do stuff. All right, hold on 1 second, man. All right, give me a sec. It'll take a second to get that in here because it's kind of slow. Let's see where this is at. Daily. Mikey, what is the difference? What is the difference with a moon rock compared to regular stuff?
Moon rock is like oil soaked, man. It's like a resiny ball of heavenly goodness.
So it's basically just flour wrapped in like that resin oil that I just got like a syringe of.
Yep, you just roll it in that to a point where it's like a honeycomb, and it's just all resin like that. And then you throw it in some keef, like you'd be throwing something in some powdered sugar to get it to fill all the cracks up. And then you just let it solidify, and you have this piece of flour that's soaked in distillate and just kind of always keeps this nice honey wetness and gooiness to it.
That's nice. Very good. And how does it, do you have to put it in like a pipe, or does it work with like, do you have to use it like a dab kind of deal?
No, I mean, I use it in a water pipe regularly, but I use a butane torch to light it. I use one of the mini torches to light it, so it gets a little bit hotter. Because other than that, it just kind of, it's like trying to smoke a dab out of that. It does kind of, you need a higher burn temperature.
That's what I was wondering. Okay, you can't just like take a regular old lighter to that or whatever. So, okay, cool.
No.
All right. So, Mikey, you weren't wrong. Phil McCravis, it looks like he did do another 5. You were not incorrect. He just passed out another 5 memberships. Stefan got one. False Bandicoot. Statics.
He did that.
It's Jason.
He did that after I called him out for doing the first 5.
Oh, okay,
now you're
cool.
just trying to throw me off. Way to go, Phil.
Yeah, good job, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Seriously, thank you so much. That's one of the best ways you can help support another dumb show, honestly. So I really, truly appreciate it. Welcome to all you guys. You're now official members of the league. All right, so quickly, there was one last little... Shark. Shark said he would make me a moon rock. Okay, please do. Don't let me stop you, my dude. I'll definitely take some of that. That works for me, man. All right, so I got this video ready to go. It's a little wonky because I did have to record it because I wasn't able to get it off of the internet because, well, it's from NBC. So it's a little wonky, the recording, but, hey, it's my own personal recording, so I own it. I got a call from my mom Sunday morning, and saying, hey, and I think I mentioned this in the live thing last night. She was like, hey, we were talking, and I called her to tell her to watch the F1 race. And she goes, yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but did you see what happened in the NASCAR race last night? And I go, no. And she goes, well, and I go, stop. Don't say a word. And she goes, well, at the end, I go, stop. Don't say a word. So the only thing I got out of her was something that happened at the end, not even what. So I just said, screw it. And I pulled out my thing right after I got off the phone with her. And I fast forwarded till there were about 5-6 laps left. And I witnessed this. It was absolutely insane. Mikey, have you seen this?
I have not.
Oh, this might be
talking about it yesterday.
This might be the craziest wreck in the history of NASCAR, at least within the last 20, 25 years, 30 years.
I was about to say, because I remember a pretty serious one from when I was a kid with Bobby Allison.
This is pretty, well, let's see. See if you can remember. Let's see what you think. I don't remember that one in particular, but this one is pretty crazy. Here to get forward. So this is where the overhead view, but now they start doing another view here. Fast forward. Okay, here we go. Because I know they cut to another shot. I'm hoping it wasn't car for making these things as safe as they did for him to just get up. He got up and he was there. He is getting out of it. That's why I wanted to show you. Because that's more important, I guess, than the crash itself. Is him being okay. There he is. He's looked a little woozy, but they get him down onto the stretcher, and he ended up being all right. So, pretty intense crash on that NASCAR race.
Oh yeah.
So, but Mikey, you're killing me. You didn't watch the F1 race this weekend? Oh,
Actually,
you missed out on history.
I went back to sleep. I was up. I was getting ready to watch it too because it didn't start early.
Yeah, I record them because there's no way I'm going to wake up early enough on a Sunday morning to watch it. So I record them.
It's got to be like, what, 8 o'clock?
We'll get to that. Yeah, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Did your mic just cut out?
No.
That was weird. I heard like a big clipping sound, and I thought your mic just cut out. Yeah, they're on like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning because they're in Europe. So, which is cool, I guess, because you can, fast forward through commercials and stuff. But what's not cool is when they're on lap 65 of 72, there is an absolute downpour that causes some dipshit to crash his car, and they red flag the race. and then they red flag it so long that your DVR stops recording
Oh no.
before they do the 5-lap sprint, which is awesome. Sprints are great, and they just have 5 laps to win the race, basically. Yeah, so I missed that. But it turned, and it sucks too because who ended up on the podium? Well, Max Verstappen won again. That's his 3rd consecutive win at the Dutch Grand Prix, and he's now got
his 9th in a row.
3rd there, but 9th win in a row overall. He's won at the Dutch Grand Prix 3 years in a row is what I was trying to say. But then now 9th in a row this year, tying Fernando Alonso for that, which is kind of funny because Fernando Alonso ended up coming in 2nd in an Aston Martin. And then Pierre Gasly came in 3rd in an Alpine. So it was pretty crazy to see somebody other than Red Bull and Mercedes on the podium. It's usually Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari on the podium. And this time we had Red Bull, Aston Martin, and Alpine. But maybe only because Sergio Perez did get a 5-second penalty. I can't remember what the penalty was for. I think that was after I'd gotten cut out, so I didn't see what the penalty was. But yeah, man, I can't get enough of this F1. It's so much fun. So much racing, so much good racing. This one was so technical because the rain kept coming and going. So they'd have to go from intermediate tires down to the wet tires. Then some people stayed on the slick tires, and then a couple people ended up wiping out because they stayed out on the slicks too long. And I know people think it's confusing with the way they do their tires over there, but it's actually kind of neat. The more you kind of get into it and learn about it, because they have actually an allotment for tires for the weekend because they're trying to keep down the carbon footprint. So it's not like NASCAR where you can just, however many fucking tires you want, you can use.
NASCAR's got a limit too.
Oh, they have a limit now? Is that new?
I'm almost certain they've had a limit the last few years.
I feel like that's a new thing then, because I don't remember that at all. Because I thought that was one of the cool things that separate. Okay, well, there you go. Because that's what I remember people bitching they didn't like about F1s because of the way they did their tires. So, I don't know. Maybe I messed up. So, yeah. Oh, speaking of video games and getting a PlayStation, Mikey, here's a good reason that you should get a PlayStation. Did you see?
Man, I want one so bad. I really do. It's not like I don't want one because I've never been able to play like God of War and stuff like that.
Oh, see, I thought you were just like an Xbox snob. Like PlayStation Xbox snob.
I don't have $1,000 sitting around for 2 brand new consoles. I picked the Xbox to jump because I've always been an Xbox guy, and then
No, I get it. Trust me, I got
come up with another 500.
I got a birthday coming up in 2 months, and all he's asking for is a PlayStation 5. So, trust me, I get it. Not my birthday. I mean, no, one of the other reasons I was saying you want to get a PlayStation is because of Ollie and football season and everything that's coming up. Because I know you don't really play Madden and stuff, but if you do end up like playing you want to play around the house, you want to play something without him playing, and instead of him having the TV, because you're going to get to that point where you're going to lose your TV, bro. Like he's going to take over the TV, and you're going to be watching your phone, that kind of stuff. Huh?
For what?
Like at home, like Ollie's going to
football
eventually.
Games?
No, just in general. Like I'm just saying, he's going to end up taking over the big TV, and you're going to be off to the side. Oh, that's
fine. As long as I got it for football games, that's all that matters, and I always will.
Well, if you want a game or whatever, if he takes over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying.
So you're going to be you won't be able to game. You know what I mean? He's going to be taking up the TV. You can't game unless you get the new PlayStation Portal. Did you see this thing?
No.
Look at that. It's a little handheld PlayStation with the controllers built into the side of it, and it works. It works like remote. It's a remote version of your PlayStation, basically. So it's a little 8-inch screen with the DualSense controllers on each side of it, and it connects to the PS5 over Wi-Fi, and it's like 1080p and 60 FPS, so pretty decent if you got decent internet connection. So it just literally brings your PlayStation right into your hands. So like if he's on the TV and you can't play your PlayStation, you can just fire it up right in your hand, or vice versa. You want to just watch TV and watch football, you go, here's the PlayStation. Boom. And he's got a PlayStation in his hands now. And I know when I
Kinda
said,
like that.
yeah, I know, right? It's pretty cool. And
I like that.
and I guess it's still, we just had a thing where I said, don't give your kid devices or whatever, but I did say video games
Football's
are
different.
different. Football and video games are a little bit different. Like, yeah, if he's playing football on there, he's playing a sport, right? That's good for you. It's good for your teamwork. It's good for your hand-eye coordination. That's what I used to always tell my parents when they'd be like, why don't you go outside? What's the benefit of playing video games? Hand-eye coordination. That's what I always tell them. And they, yeah, whatever, okay. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool thing. I thought you should check that thing out. Well,
They've
first you
always
gotta-
had really good portable systems and stuff like that. The
I
PSP
love-
was awesome when it was out too.
Well, it's cool. It reminds me of the Nintendo Switch with those things that pop onto the side of it. I don't know if you've ever seen the Switch.
Yep.
It's like but
Yeah,
this one,
I got a Switch. I never play it.
oh, really? Oh, well, give it to Ollie. Let him play it. I'm sure he'll play the hell out of that thing.
He does, and he's got his own too.
Oh, well, then you guys can play together. Play Mario Kart together. That's fun. Can't go wrong with Mario
He whoops
Kart.
my ass. He whoops my ass.
Yeah, these kids, they get too good at these games. Yeah, Shay and I are due for a rematch. I don't know what's going on with these kids. They're dodging me. I keep calling them and try to find out what's going on with school, and they're not answering the phone. I'm starting to get a little pissed off about it, not to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like trying to catch up with these guys and find out what's going on, and now they're ghosting me. I don't know what the deal
I was
is.
about to say they're leaving the old man on red.
Yeah. Well, I just call them. I'm not going to send them 8,000 text messages. I just call them and tell them, when I call, I would assume call me back.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. So, I do have an update. Remember that wrestler Bray Wyatt? We were talking about there's all kinds of the COVID stuff, concerns about maybe that's what caused his death. Well, he was having heart complications post-COVID, but I guess he actually died during a nap, and he wasn't wearing. He's supposed to be wearing a doctor-recommended heart defibrillator. So is that a pacemaker, like you had mentioned, Mikey? Is that what they call a doctor-recommended defibrillator?
That's what I'd imagine that it is. It's something to control the heart rate or stop it from getting goofy.
Yeah, no, it's that now. Apparently, the COVID.
I
Go
know
ahead.
pacemakers sometimes have a defibrillator built in. Sometimes
okay.
they don't.
This one's supposed to this was an external one, but it's a device designed to treat people experiencing sudden cardiac arrest. And weeks before he died, he was given this because he had a quote weak lower part of his heart, which is a heart complication he got post COVID. So, geez, it doesn't say though if he got vaccinated. Why are they leaving that goddamn detail out? I don't know why that detail doesn't get thrown. Did the WWE force their people to get vaccinated? Do you know?
No, they never really talked about it.
Damn, man, I really want to know.
They won't. It's not something that's going to be. It's just not. They're not going to publish that. Like you'll never know whether or not Braun's kid was vaccinated. You won't know about DeMar. You won't know about any of these people that are having heart problems and stuff like that.
LeBron's kid, I'm going to say no, because LeBron was one of the people who was anti-vax at first because of the Tuskegee experiments and everything that happened with those, and how the black people were experimented on by the government and given syphilis and all this shit. So
but his kid was in a private school and playing basketball.
So you think he had to have it just to be able to do? But he's Bron's kid. You can't. You don't think he's LeBron and say, "How about I make a donation to the school?" And they say, "Oh, we'll let old Bronny come in without that vaccination," or he buys a fake one or something. I mean, he's freaking LeBron James.
My narrative reads better if he just was vaccinated.
Well, I just remember. I mean, do you remember that? Am I wrong? I do. Don't you remember?
No, you're right. He was big time anti-vax, and they weren't talking. And yeah, for the most part, as publicly as he could say that he was anti-vax.
I don't know. I wonder if he ever came back around. I have to see. All right, let me check in here with the chat here real quick. Talking video games. Ziggy said he'd beat me in Madden. Probably. I could barely beat a 12-year-old. Shark said if you have a phone, a controller, and Game Pass, you can already remote play on your Xbox. That's pretty neat. I didn't know that. You can.
Sweet. I've got all three, and that's not a feature I haven't been using. So
I do think though that the way that one is designed, with it kind of like I said, similar to the Switch with the built into the sides like that, that's much cooler because it's just a device in one, and versus having to prop up a phone and then holding the controller. I like that you're just all in one. That's really, really cool, actually. So harder to guess. I got a little screen. I mean, but still pretty cool if you're a obsessed little gamer. Kyle Turner said turning wrenches is good hand-eye coordination. Go out and build a go-kart. You're absolutely right, Kyle. That is. I didn't say it was a good excuse. I just said it was the excuse that I gave. It's not like
the only excuse. It's the only leg we had to stand on.
Yeah, they saw right through that shit, and they sent me right outside. So, okay, let's do this. We'll come back. I'm going to take a little early break tonight, and then we'll come back from break. I'll give you guys, let you know how I spent the rest of my weekend. I got a couple stories I saw in the news. I got one that Mikey sent me. So we'll take a quick break. If you guys have not already gotten your delis in, go get your delis in. We'll get a little bit of lavender in here. If you've not already taken a second to hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, please make sure you do that. It really is helpful, and I do appreciate it when I see that everybody likes the video. So if you have a sec, just go ahead and hit that thumbs up video. If you want to do it now or during the break, that's a good time to do it. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, or if you're watching or listening and you wonder why, if you always see me mentioning the chat or hear me mentioning the chat, and you go, how can I be a part of that chat? It's very simple. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. In about 10 minutes, you'll be able to chat. There's a little delay on it, just to make sure you aren't a piece of crap. But if you want to wait 10 minutes to be a piece of crap, you go right ahead. So that's how you go ahead and get into the chat. And of course, if you want to become an official member of the League of Dummies, it's $1.99 a month, and it is the best way to help support another dumb show. And we've got a great crew down there, so we'd love to have you join and become an official member. So, and once again, a little reminder, if you don't have your gifts enabled, make sure you have those enabled, because the League loves to hand out official memberships. Alrighty, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Hang on. There we go. Wow, I thought my mic pack just died. Apparently I shut it off. Hi, welcome back to another Dumb Show. Thank you for streaming on my tube tonight. Thank you for streaming on issue number 93 with me. I appreciate it. We are live here from Studio Struts. Mikey. Oh, Mikey's not back yet. I thought he might be back. He's still feeling the effects of those moon rocks. I definitely wish I had some moon rocks. I'm gonna run a little low. I'm gonna have to hit the dispo or call my dude here pretty soon. And I'm down to my last brew dog, man. Where is Jelly when you need her? Usually I could count on Jelly, be like, I'll bring that to you. Dang it. Come on, Jelly. Welcome back. So let's see. Did I get my dude back? No, Mikey's still doing his stuff down there. Oh, I have an email here actually I wanted to read. Let's see here. This is one of my favorite rejoins. I love this one. All right. This one is from Angelina. She says, hey, Dom, I really enjoyed the F1 race you did on Sunday. Was wondering if we could do that every Friday. Probably not every Friday. I think that might be a little bit too much to do every Friday. I don't think it's a big enough fan base. I do appreciate your enthusiasm, Angelina, for F1. Trust me, if there's anybody who appreciates it, it's me. However, I don't think we have a big enough fan base yet just for that. So 3 spots left on my league. I'm waiting on both Chris's and one of my Brad's, I believe. So both Chris's and Brad, where are you guys at? We need to get you in here so we can get this all set up. So I don't know if Mikey lost out. He's totally he's blacked out down there. So I don't know if we lost Mikey or what. But I don't see my main man down there. So in the meantime, I'll check in with the chat. Oh, I have a bone to pick with Vanilla Charlie. While I appreciate his enthusiasm for another Dumb Show, I disapprove of his constant bashing of the break music. Because, now if this were just some lame-ass song, if it was one of these rejoins songs, in fact, like if it was one of these Tiger Blood Jewel songs that you just heard me play in there. Like that's just like some site I get that from. So I have no loyalty to that beyond just the fact that I think they're fun and I like the sound of them. However, I have loyalty to that break music in particular because, as you know, ADS, Dan the Sound Man, made that himself. So it's an original thing that was made just for another Dumb Show. So it's special to me. So I hate when you're shitting on something that's special to me. I don't like it. Cut it out. Now, I will say, I'm going to talk to Dan about throwing something in there maybe every once in a while, every minute or so throughout the break or whatever. Just throw maybe a little guitar something in there to give it a little extra zhuzh, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to hear your bitching all the damn time. But no, I love that music. So cut Dan's, remember, the person who made that watches the show and reads the chat. So you're kind of technically shitting on a league member while you're doing that, which I guess you guys can do that if you want to. I would just, Dan made that. So maybe just put a cork in it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I get it. IDC Mikey made it back. What's up, bro? How are you?
My bad. On the phone for work again.
Oh, really? Did you have to fix a generator or something?
No, I just had to talk to a nervous old lady on the phone and give her the old run around.
I bet you're glad you don't live in a place like Florida right now with like the big hurricane that's coming. I bet it's
Give me
money.
that money. No, dude. I wish we got smacked with storms like that.
Don't say that. Maybe you wish you lived in an area where you could.
I don't need loss of life or anything like that.
Oh, you don't want that bad karma. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, your house is going to get snowed in or the roof's going to blow off or something in a tornado because you get plenty of that kind of.
Bring it.
You're like, bring it. I can handle that shit. Just let me make them ducats. Refreshing them Jennies.
I work in an industry that thrives on people's fear. So I just need like a good 90-mile-an-hour wind to come ripping through, blow a bunch of people's dresses up and a bunch of power poles over, and we'll be good to go.
Well, I guess as a company man, the company man that you are likes the fact that more people will want to have generators because of the storm or fear of, or after the fact when they lose power, blah, 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 blah. I'm saying more about the fact afterwards you would hate it because of the amount of work you'd have to do for the broken generators and replacements that you'll have to do.
Oh, no, I love that.
Oh, see, I thought that would be so much extra work. And
no, dude, see, that's where I thrive. I love like those storms and everything. We had a storm last year between December 23rd and 25th, and my girl was out of town for Christmas, and I worked between the 23rd and 25th, like 45 hours, all the way through Christmas Eve, half of Christmas Day.
So you're kind of like me, it sounds like. So you have your regular everyday, like,
routine maintenance.
Yeah, your routine maintenance. That sucks. It's when you got to like go into action and fix things like that are actually like the real breaks. That's when stuff starts getting.
Fun.
That's the action. Like me at the weddings. Like I have the cookie cutters where nothing goes wrong. I don't mean cookie cutters. Like all my events are different, but in the sense that nothing goes wrong. Cookie cutter like that. It does what it's supposed to do, and that's it. But then like this weekend, there was a whole huge change of events and timeline where I had to jump to action and run the show and all that good stuff. So
yeah, we're savages. We thrive in chaos.
Yeah, seems well. It's nice because it gives you an opportunity to shine too. You know, you step up to the plate, and that's when you're like that kid in the Little League World Series. You stepped up to the plate and knocked out that home run and won it for the U.S.
Oh, dude, there's nothing like me getting on my phone and seeing that there's 150 Tawa without power, man. I instantly go right to the gas station, grab 2 Monster Energies, a pack of Newports, and let's go.
Yeah, I know it is kind of. I do get excited for those moments. It is usually my moment. I'm like, okay, cool weddings. It means I get to have 12 shots of espresso today. Here we go. Let's do it.
Oh yeah,
load it up.
There's like nobody else on the road. I'm considered an emergency responder, so I'm just flying through everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Nice.
If we're in a state of emergency, we're allowed to drive around in whatever weather we deem necessary.
Well, I know we do have some people who watch down in Florida, so I don't want to make too much light of it. So I hope, like, I know CB.
No,
it looks like it's
I hope
they're
all fighting, and I hope they got generators.
Yeah, I know, because like I think it's going to go right across where CB lives, if I'm not mistaken. I think she said she lives over in Tampa area, and it's supposed to, I think, blast right through there, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's actually look at that.
Which one is this one? Killary?
Idalia.
Is that the one that's hitting?
I think this is.
Okay.
Idalia.
Hillary is the one that hit California, right?
I believe so. Yes, I believe that
Funny
is
name
correct.
for a hurricane.
It's very coincidental. Check the emails.
No, you ain't kidding, bro. Add that to the Clinton body count.
Oh man. So I'm trying to find the latest path right now, but it keeps changing every time I do kind of go a little live shot.
Oh, did you get a chance to watch that recommendation yet?
Which one is that? Oh,
30 Minutes with
comic.
Dave Smith.
No, but I actually. Oh, so you know what? It looks like it might be a little bit more north of Tampa than I had mentioned. I think that's where she's at. So,
it's like where my grandmother used to live, like Newport Richie.
Yeah. So here's a perfect picture, actually. So here's what it looks like. One of the paths. It looks like it's going to go just north of Tampa. But I know maybe we have some people listening, watching down there. I don't know. Either way, I just hope CB's okay, and everybody down there is gonna hunker down, because I mean that's a big ass swath. I mean, if that thing doesn't lose power, that's a big chunk. And if it changes,
yeah, dude, that's 120 mile an hour winds when it hits the coast. That ain't no joke.
Yeah, and if it like changes path too, like go a little bit more south too, it's gonna hit even higher population areas likely too. So you never know what's gonna happen with these storms. So I hope everybody will be okay down there with those storms. And obviously we'll keep track. When's it supposed to hit? The whole reason I was looking was to see when it was going to hit.
Wednesday a.m.
Wednesday a.m. Okay, so there we go. That's when it's predicted to hit. So that's Idalia. I've never heard the name Idalia before. That's a new one for me. Because I know they always pick these weird names, like you said, Hillary and everything like that. Never heard Idalia before. But you know what name I have heard plenty of is Kayla. Now, usually, when I hear the name Kayla, it is, I know
I
that's
think a stripper.
Oh, okay. Kayla's not a bad stripper name. I think B1 had a friend who passed named Kayla, so that's one of the names that comes to mind a lot. And I do have a kind of small B1 update for you guys a little bit later on. But the Kayla that I'm talking about is this Kayla. Mikey, have you seen this Kayla?
Jesus Christ. Wait, hang on. Is this that Canadian teacher?
Yes. That's Kayla Lemieux.
Yes.
That's
All
Kayla
right.
Lemieux. Kayla Lemieux is a teacher, is a transgender teacher in Canada. And, she's on leave from the high school that she was working at because of her giant D-cup prosthetic breasts.
Those got to be bigger than D's, bro.
Or no, what did I say? D? No, there's actually, so there's a shot of them right there.
Look at those fucking nipples.
Right? So, there's actual size. They mentioned the size in here. I think it was Z cup. So it's all the way into the alphabet, not doubles. Yes. So she went viral last year, obviously, and when she was claiming were real at first. But then we found out, and this is the shop teacher, by the way. And this is before Kayla, when Kayla's not dressed up as Kayla. This is what Kayla normally looks like, is this right here. So a little bit of a difference. Looks like a shop teacher right there. You know what I mean? That's to be expected. Looks like almost maybe carrying a bag of nails, maybe, or a box of nails. Who knows? It even says, let's get to work on the bag. So there you go. Perfect example. But yes, Kayla was put on leave from the high school that she worked at because of her giant prosthetic breasts. Now, the students would call them clownish because she would wear them underneath her, super tight shirts that I just showed you there. Well, after being put on leave, this teacher is now teaching at a new school, which people are calling, some people are calling, quote, the definition of insanity. This is what the outraged parents are saying at this new school. Now, I got to be honest with you. I feel like I went to school with women who looked just like this. I had teachers and lunch ladies who looked just like that. They had boobs that hung down just like that. Massive, giant, big, fat lady boobs that I'm telling you, maybe not quite that big.
Not as voluptuous, not as big as hangers, but dude, they was definitely I remember, God bless her soul, Miss Brown. She had this big old shit stain on her face too. And God, dude, she had these big old pancake ones. I swear to God that you could see the nipples on the hips. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. So I feel like I've seen a teacher look like that when they've bent over.
It's so unsafe, dude.
Why? What are you saying? Is she bad form? Or she's going to lose a thumb or something? Are you worried about getting a little extra cleavage?
Lose a thumb. She's going to lop a nipple off or something going on.
You guys hungry? You want a ham sandwich?
You can still see that nipple right now. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Yeah, it is a big, giant prosthetic. There it is. You can zoom in on it if you want. It's a big, giant prosthetic one there. So it's not real. It's constant THO on that one. It's not relying on a cool breeze or anything like that to do that. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, this is I do remember seeing teachers who looked like this, and it was fascinating. But you will always be like, oh, it's because it's always on the gigantic ladies too, obviously. These were very large women who had these, we're talking the triple G kind of ladies. And it was always fascinating. You'd stare for a little bit. And usually they did have almost permanent THO. I'm not going to lie. It did seem like they did have that all the time. But yeah. Usually the lunch ladies, I feel like this, and then sometimes they'd bend over and you'd get a cleavage shot that's as long as my ass crack. It'd be cleavage from here down to the belly button. It would just be gigantic things. To think, this is it's just only going to cause a distraction if we're talking about doing it in high school with a bunch of students who know this is somebody dressing up. Really, not for attention. If this is how this person wants to dress and it makes them feel good about themselves or whatever, like maybe Dolly Parton is this person's idol. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what Dolly Parton looks like. If Dolly Parton were a teacher, if Dolly Parton, you think Dolly Parton would get fired in this day and age? Or you think no, she's why? Because of her big fake boobs, they think they'd fire her?
Yeah, she can't be walking around with big old knockers like that. Are you kidding me? Some Karen and some fucking Brad from over there. They definitely, they're sexualizing my children. No, thank you.
Is Brad the Brad the guy Karen name? I didn't know that.
That's what I call him.
Oh, really? You call him? Really?
I've always called him Brads.
I didn't know that. Okay. Well, we got 2 Brads in our league.
Makes sense.
Oh, geez.
The rear, Brad.
Wow. Shots fired already. Shots already being fired in the... That's right, buddy. That's right, buddy. It's fantasy football season. Well, I'm going to have that come down a little. That's pretty loud when that comes in, huh? I'm going to have to bring that down a little bit more.
No, we're ready for war. Let's go.
Yeah, you like that? How'd you like that? Doesn't that sound good?
I do. It elicits a physiological response within my body.
The football reaction. That's how I was going for that old school football kind of the
gridiron type.
Yeah, the winds of autumn. I can't do that guy's voice. I wish I could. It's got the coolest voice ever. But so yeah, this will be when we start talking about fantasy football from now on. That's what's going to start popping up. I spent a lot of time kind of working on some production today. I figured out some stuff. This is what it's going to look like when we do the draft tomorrow. We'll have we'll be able to put what's that? Hold on one sec before
like a boardroom.
Yeah, so hold on one sec before I cut to that. I want to see this. So right now it is. I got to be careful because it shows off everybody's names in here. Yeah, make sure you go in and change your name, dude, because it's got it shows everybody's last name and everything too. So make sure you change.
Yeah, I tried to figure that out. I don't think I can.
You can, because I could. Just go into the personal settings up in the upper right-hand corner, like your actual ESPN settings. But so, yeah, this is what it will look like tomorrow while we are doing the draft. I'm going to have enough for 6 people want to be on with me, so I think we got just enough boxes there. We'll have the draft order. It's obviously not correct right now, but you'll be able to see the draft as we go along. Everybody will be able to...
Oh, look at that cool-ass logo right there.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's not bad. Did you make that yourself?
I did. I was real special.
Nice. I thought this logo was pretty cool.
Dope.
Yeah, thank you. I made that in about 5 seconds. I spent a whole fucking 5 seconds on that thing. But so, yeah.
I'll pick.
And then for you, oh, stop that. Don't even start with that shit. You know I'm no cheater.
Rigged.
I'm no cheater. So, yeah, we'll be able to have this up for you tomorrow, too. So while everybody else is up in the things, everybody's name's up there. So, yeah, it'll look pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot to turn that back off. There we go. All right, let's check in with the chat here. Dibs said thank you for the gifted membership. Somebody handed out a membership to Dibs, so Dibs wanted to say thank you for that. Becky, by the way, I've been meaning to check in with Becky. I hope you are doing well. I know Becky has been dealing with some family issues, so I just wanted to say it's good to see you here, and I hope that you are doing better than you were doing a week or two ago. So just wanted to let you know I've been thinking about you. Let's see here. I'm trying to find Scrooge. Yeah, Scrooge says, okay, Dumb, the difference is they were natural and they were women, not born with a D. This is going back to the story about Kayla Lemieux there that we were just talking about a minute ago with her big giant
Good point.
prosthetic. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't a distraction in the sense that, like, you know, it's just a good what if it's a really good shop teacher, man? What if she is, I didn't mean to say that. She is a really good shop. I didn't mean that in that sense. I meant to say it's in the sense that it's like a teacher. It's a good teacher. What if she is a good teacher in the sense that she really is a good shop teacher? What if she can teach these kids how to make some pretty sweet tables? You know? I've seen some people out there making some pretty questionable squirrel tables. I've seen people out there making some pretty questionable resin tables. You know what I'm saying? Some epoxy resin tables. I mean, they look sturdy, but who knows? Could they hold me up? Who knows? I doubt it. Not because I'm fat. Who knows? I'm just kidding. Maybe, but those tables have taken those people a long time to make. What if he'd had a great shop teacher like old Kayla Lemieux? I'm sure that would have gone over really well having that person in that classroom.
He would have learned nothing and made more jokes about them things than anything in the entire world.
Probably doing a lot of this
in school suspended. Yeah,
on the phone, just like that.
Dude, that is just. What is that at the bottom right there? Like, I don't get that. Is that a shirt split?
What is that at the bottom? No, it's like a glare on the phone.
Oh, okay.
It's just
it looks like she's showing some midriff right there, some under boob cleavage.
No, just some glare. Now I'm wondering if it's because
look at that.
Look at his
face,
arm,
dude. It looks just like the face from the movie White Chicks.
I mean, her arm's resting on her boob. That's what I'm looking at. She's literally resting it on there, like, hey, look at that. So. That's funny stuff. But yeah, in the end, anything that's going to be a distraction in the classroom, you don't want, and that's clearly a distraction. But I don't think having an actual, just like a trans teacher is a distraction. It might be if it could be a learning opportunity for the kids, but I'm just laughing at Scrooge. Anyway, back to some of the chat here. Strawberry Charlie said, are you going to do the draft live? Yep, we are doing the draft live. That's what I was showing those boxes for. That's how it's going to be tomorrow. You guys will be able to watch the actual draft in the middle screen for the people who aren't in the boxes, and the other people who are in the boxes, you'll be able to watch all the reactions and all that good stuff. And maybe we'll put I doubt we'll put anybody on the phone. That'll just end up being a pain in the ass. Let's see. Vanilla Charlie said, I had to fill out paperwork for a preschool, and one of the questions it asks about your kid is assigned sex at birth. I laughed. It seems like a normal question. You're just asking if it's a boy or girl. CYX said, so a woman with extra large boobs can't work at a high school because it will be distracting? No.
Yep.
It was definitely distracting to me when, like I was saying, though. But I'm saying in this case where somebody is adding this on as an accessory, it is a distraction. If this person walked in with a hat, if they walked in dressed up like a vampire every day, you know what I mean? Essentially, I understand that's, I'm comparing it to a costume, but because this is such an extreme version of trying to make yourself look different, it does become a distraction. It's not just like a regular old, G cup, like the triple G cups. Like I said, that's probably about as big as you could go. So there's my answer, CYX. You're above a triple G cup. You're probably going to be too distracting to be a teacher in a school, man, woman, or otherwise. There you go. And it's only because boys, you want to know, CYX? It's because of us men. We're the worst, and that's all there is to it, period. And proud of it, apparently. So let's see. Secret ADS Mod said my fantasy football league logo was pretty cool. I should show the dummies. I did show it to the dummies. Thank you. I'm glad Phil liked the dope drop that I put in there. CYX said, what if she wore a hijab? No, I think that's part of the gig. That's religious freedoms, I suppose, right? I don't know. Is that distracting? Marty Miller says it's not just the long boobs, it's the nips. Imagine a dude with super tight pants where you could see his whole D. I did that yesterday. I spent the whole day doing that yesterday, watching the damn Olympics, watching the men's track and field and stuff, and the women's track and field championships. I love those, man. Do you watch any of that stuff?
Every once in a while, if it's on TV or something like that, and I catch it. Well, I watch it every 4 years for the Olympics.
I'll watch like right now they're in,
whatever it is.
Yeah, they're working their way up to it right now. They're doing all the championship stuff to kind of work out and see who's going to end up, making their way into the Olympics and stuff. And like Sha'carri Richardson was like running and just blowing people away and just being a badass and like running across the finish line.
My friend.
I love her. She's got to be. I mean, how could we not root for her? She's got to be our favorite Olympian right now. She got booted for smoking. Now she's on her comeback tour. All the outlets that were like talk shit about her before. After she won the last race, she literally was walking past him going, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you, and then stopped in some random-ass Jamaican TV station to get her interview with. People are saying that she was walking past all the white people, but I'm pretty sure she was just walking past all the big networks on purpose who just happened to have white people as doing the interviews because she did not like the way that she was portrayed after she got tested positive for smoking weed before the Olympics and then got booted. So I'm rooting for her on her comeback tour. There's a clip actually I saw too. There's this guy, what is his name? I think Noah Wiley. I think he's unless I'm mixing that name up with someone else. Some bachelorette contestant died, if you guys care about that. That's sort of breaking news. Josh Sider, if you guys care about the Bachelorette, he's dead. Where is this story I wanted to read? Lost it here. Damn it. Where is the story of this guy? This guy that did the track, he won 3 gold medals in the track the other day. He came out.
Is this the dude that the world championship of America guy?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. What the hell is this guy's name? That's it. Noah Lyles. What was I saying? Noah Wiley, isn't that the guy from ER? Noah Lyles. He came out. Yeah, right. That was bad. He said, actually, I could probably pull this clip up here. Just let this ad run and then I'll pop it up. He just won. So I watched him run the other day, and he's kind of goofy looking. He's got a great smile, but he's all gums. Reminds me of somebody else I know. And he,
I'm all gums.
Oh, I wasn't talking about you. I didn't notice that ever. Really? Are you a gummy smiler?
Oh yeah.
Really? Why is it not cutting to you? Yeah, I guess there are some. Gum. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you are a little bit gummy.
I got some real Mr. Ed qualities going.
Well, here's this guy. He won three gold medals, like I said yesterday, in the track and field. I think the 100, the 200, and I can't remember what the other one was. Oh, it was I think the 4x1, which was I love watching those dudes try to pass that baton and stuff without wiping out and dropping it. That's so entertaining. I love it. But here he is. Let me make sure I got the volume turned up on this guy. Here he is talking about world championships and the NBA, and really, he gets some pushback for this.
The thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals, and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
All right. Well, this guy's the biggest dipshit I've ever heard. I understand you want to celebrate yourself and the fact that you are one of the fastest men in the world, but I don't think he realizes that if there was a track and field league here in the United States, everybody in the world would be trying to join it, just like the NFL and the MLB and the NBA. All the best players in
All
the world come here to
Premier
play.
leagues in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, are all. Yeah, I guess Premier League might be the only example. Otherwise, Mikey, the actual soccer, the football league, Premier League,
True. Yeah.
would probably be the only exception, really, for that, or cricket or whatever. But the sports that we consider big, like that's like if there was a track and field league in the United States, everybody would come here to be a part of it. That's just the way it goes. Like you said, the best of the best come to play the leagues that are here in the United States, unless you play weird stuff like cricket or soccer, which I guess is not weird. It is the biggest sport in the world, but
if you play in
not
one
here.
of those other leagues, you come over here and make our entire league look like a fool, the way
Yeah.
Messi has.
Yeah, well, what's Messi that did that here, and then what's the what's that Jokic dude that he just dominated the NBA Finals? So
the Serbian.
yeah, so he came here. He played in Serbia and he was whatever. I don't know if he played for the
The
Serbian
other guy
team.
too, the dude that played for Greece, Giannis.
There you go.
Antetokounmpo.
There you go. So there's perfect examples. So that guy really, the internet came down pretty hard on that guy.
Yeah, including I saw even Kevin Durant went after him on Twitter. It says, "Someone come get your boy."
Yep. And then I saw a bunch of people saying, "Is anybody going to tell him?" And so I always thought that was pretty funny. I did, yeah. And then they were like Kevin Durant showing a picture of him chewing on his gold fucking medal and everything. So I mean, come on. All right. Let's see. Oh, last night after I watched F1, I went over to B1's house. She invited me over to dinner. She said she was going to make dinner for me, but she actually, it was the weirdest thing. We were in the middle of a conversation on a video call earlier in the day, and I watched her roll over and go, ah! And then all of a sudden, like, she just like blew out something in her neck. Like she pulled a muscle in her neck or something. And the whole rest of the day, she was just completely just shot. Like she could barely move. She ended up coming over and like she had one of these massage guns and I was like trying to massage her back for a little bit. So that was like before I did the F1 race. She was over for a little bit. And I was like, man, you really go to great lengths to avoid Sunday sex, don't you? And she's like, no, I promise this really hurts. I promise. Because I mean, she was like miserable. She couldn't even like take a full breath. And every time she tried to move her arm or her neck, she was like wincing in pain. So I did feel bad for her. But so instead of making dinner, she ended up ordering dinner. Screwed up the order though. I'm not going to lie. I was a little disappointed. Messed up. Ordered boneless wings instead of regular wings. I don't like boneless wings. Don't like them at all. I don't want all that breading. Bunch of white meat. I need a little juice from that dark meat and that skin on there. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it was an accident. She felt really, really bad. We hung out and then we watched Cocaine Bear. I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen that movie yet? Yeah, what a fun, fun movie. It was so ridiculously stupid. It did have one of my favorite people in it. I love that guy. I never really watched. Oh, I don't even remember his name, but the guy that goes shit. The guy that plays the detective that was on The Wire.
Yeah,
I love that guy. He's so good in everything he's in. I missed it though. Did he say shit in the movie? Because he supposedly says. I must have missed it then. I must have either just talked over it or something at some point.
And he's the mayor.
He's the mayor?
Yeah, he ain't the cop.
What do you mean? He's a cop.
In
Cocaine Bear, he's a cop.
I thought you were saying in The Wire he was a cop.
Oh no, I didn't watch The Wire.
You're confusing heavyset black gentlemen.
No, so I'm not saying they all look alike. Trust me, I never saw The Wire, so I'm not saying that. I just know I know him from, what else was he in? He was in some movie that we ended up like promoting on the old show. There was some Netflix movie. It was about 4 black dudes going back to Vietnam or whatever. So I kind of got to learn.
Oh shit. I did watch that movie. That was a really weird movie.
It was pretty decent though, to be honest with you. But I watched, I learned a lot about him when I was doing research for him, and I came to kind of really like that guy. So it was cool to see that he was in that movie. It was hilarious watching bears just get in that scene of the bear where he starts off the top of the gazebo, just dumping it down on him, and it's like a snowfall, and the bear's just going. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh, that's exactly what I would have been doing. Just just mouth open, just inhaling, and like the parts with the little kids, I'm like going, no, no. I'm like screaming at the screen, yelling for them not to do it because I'm like, that'll kill you, no, because that's a lot for a little ass kid. These giant ass, huge, big, giant knifefuls that they're pulling out. But yeah, that little blonde kid was hilarious throughout that whole movie. He was good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that whole movie. I actually found myself laughing the whole time. I mean, you watch that stuff going into it expecting it to be completely stupid.
Yeah, no expectations. It's the best thing for a comedy.
Yeah, and it was great. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself. It was funny watching a guy because there was a guy that was the guy that was one of the henchmen with Ice Cube's son. The guy that was in like the blue jean jacket the whole time, that's crying that the bear landed on. He ended up, and I'm giving spoilers for Cocaine Bear because it's Cocaine Bear. Who gives a shit? It's not like it's a story. But no, that guy was also in Oppenheimer, and he played this super serious role. So it's just kind of funny to see the difference between the two roles, where he's just playing this complete weirdo, and then his role in Oppenheimer. So let's see. Marty said men aren't the worst. Men are supposed to be head of the household. I meant the worst like we're like saying that when boys get distracted by boobs is what I was saying. That we're the worst about that. We're the worst. And poor women just try to come to work and be a teacher, and then you got little hormonal boys all horned up for them. Is kind of what I meant a little bit more by that. So let's see. Oh, Phil Crevices said he confirmed you can change your ESPN name on the web. Yeah, I know. I did it. Thank you for reconfirming it for me. I appreciate that.
I can't do it. I can't do it on the app, so I got to try to get on.
There's got to be a way to do it. It's in your profile. It's in your actual ESPN profile. Oh, Phil says on the web. Maybe that's what he means. On the web, when he says on the web. Okay, yeah, versus in the app. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I did mention I went over there last night. I had a nice time with B1 last night. Was really disappointed about that neck tweak. That really kind of threw a wrench in my plans. Not gonna lie, but we did enjoy ourselves. We did have a nice time just hanging out, just being, just cold kicking it and laughing and having a nice time. So I did laugh though. I showed that video of her shaking her ass at Roverfest a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and she. There's no chance in hell that girl could do anything even close to that now. Her hip is so screwed up. Like she has a hip impingement and actually had to have hip surgery at one point, and had like a bunch of the top of her bone shaved off, and part of the ball and then part of the socket all got shaved off because her leg wouldn't actually move all the way. And then she had to put a bunch of pins in her leg to put the cartilage back together, to put her leg back together, basically.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal. It was basically the next step is she's going to end up having to have her hip replaced at some point in time. But as for now, she just walks around in pain all the time. And it made me laugh because I bring it up because I use this same stock picture of her like for the prep, so I can just plop it in because it's right there. It's easy to find. And it's her from Roverfest where she was doing that major, huge hip gyration. And just the other day I was laughing saying there's no way she could do that anymore because she was walking up the steps before we did the dirty. And she like had her hands on her hips and she was like doing this like wobble up the steps, like hip to hip going, oh, with every step. And I was like, geez Louise, it's funny how things change in 10, 12 years for somebody. How much physical damage could happen to your body in 10, 12 years just from like a weird genetic defect that she has. So, So yeah, speaking of cheating, I got that video that you sent me, Mikey, of Sean O'Malley, and I thought I'd play that for everybody and see what everybody thought
Real
about
alpha
that.
vibes.
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure these are. Well, this is kind of a, you love that Andrew Tate guy. I'm sure this is exactly something that Andrew Tate would say, right? These are his type of vibes. So, Sean O'Malley. For those of you who don't know, Sean O'Malley is a UFC fighter. He's actually the guy we talked about a couple weeks ago who had that really sweet knockout that went viral where he caught a guy right on the chin and the guy dropped and then he ground and pounded him in to submission, or they stopped the fight, I guess. And I just saw a video of him today. He just got 2023 champ tattooed on his face. He's got a bunch of he's got tattoos all over his face. And he was on a podcast. You know what podcast this was?
I'm not even sure. All I saw was the
it just says
pop up.
Yeah, it just says Raw Talk. I don't know if that's actually
That's Bradley Martin.
I don't know who that is. Is that another fighter?
Dude, that's that dude that owns that gym in California. The dude that's gone viral over the last few weeks for saying he wants to street fight Nate Diaz. Called out Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, who's the best 135-pound fighter in the world, or 125-pound fighter in the world. This dude walks around at like 6'3", 260. I mean, he's just a brick shit house.
And he's just calling out people left and right to fight. Nobody wants to fight him.
No, he's just making jokes for the most part, saying, "What do you think, I could beat you up in a street fight?" And almost everyone says, "No, you can't."
So he's just full of bluster. He's never going to fight anybody. He's just acting like a hard ass.
He's actually going to do he's going to roll around in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, who's a 125-pound champ of the world. And probably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, too.
And he weighs 260?
Yep.
That'll be interesting to see if he gets folded up by one of those dudes. Does it? Or if he can just out-muscle him. I mean, if you're that strong, though.
Mighty Mouse says he's going to fold him up in a minute.
In a minute? Wow. So he thinks he's just going to crawl up him like Spider-Man and just get on his back and then get an arm and then snap his arm in half pretty much, probably?
Yep.
Yeah, they're just that simple. I mean, just as soon as the guy reaches his arm out.
That's the way I think it would be. I don't
goes,
see the
goes for a punch.
Guy.
The guy dodges it, he catches it, flows his legs up around it, and there you go. That's it.
They're not even gonna punch. They're just doing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu roll around. This dude's just gonna roll around on the mats with him, just all grappling, no striking or nothing.
They's got no chance then. Well, I'll be interested to see that. I did see your boy Ngannou today. He came out and he got somebody asked him how he thought he was going to do against Fury, and he said, I don't know if he said he guaranteed, but he did say he thinks he will put Fury on the ground at some point. Not necessarily win or knock him out, but he will get him down. He will knock him down at some point with one of his bombs.
It's a lofty goal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Tyson Fury dude's he's got a big old gypsy jaw. So we'll see what happens.
I watched Deontay Wilder put him down on the ground. So
all right, well, we'll see what happens. So, but here you go. Anyway, here's this UFC fighter, Sean O'Malley, talking about being the breadwinner and what luxuries that affords him.
I'm a king. I pay for everything. I treat Danny like a queen. If I get a little puss on the side, what does that have to do with anything? I got testosterone running through my veins. That's simple. I wouldn't say that if I was in the opposite position. If I wasn't paying for everything, if I wasn't successful in any sort of way, and I was just like maybe an average Joe, I probably wouldn't.
YouTube host.
It probably wouldn't be fair. But I feel like I'm
Then you'd have to hide it.
I'm King Kong, baby.
Because of what you have to offer.
I feel
they're
like
saying hide it.
Andrew
I thought he was saying he wouldn't do it. He's saying, "Oh, you got to hide it then." If you're okay,
explains it well. It's status.
Yeah,
status.
So you
know, I got status, so I can. But I don't know. It's like I said, in camp, that's not a thing. After camp, it's Danny's never fine with it. I mean, she has been. She's gone through phases. But then we have a baby, and then her hormones change, and then it's like this and that. But I'm a crazy motherfucker, dude. I am on a leash. I put myself on a leash. I have to live a very disciplined lifestyle. I could for sure do some fucking bumps and go off the rails easily. Like if I didn't have discipline, I would be a fucking Oh, dude, I would be a crazy. I'd be Connor. I'm a king.
That's pretty. No, I feel you, bro. I feel you. As those thoughts go through the brain all the time, man. Just kind of F the world, do whatever you want, and then you got to reel yourself back in, put yourself back on that leash. So I understand that part of it, but I don't know if I am, like, if the situation were reversed. Say B1 were a major breadwinner, and she was my sugar mama. I don't think I would be okay with her out getting pounded out on the side just because she's paying for all the bills and letting me live the lifestyle I want and drive Mercedes and stuff. I don't think I can roll with that. Like this dude is trying to say he's expecting his girl to do. How about you?
I don't know, man. Money talks a lot to me.
Really? So you might. So you might be.
A lot.
So you're like, you know what? I am sick of putting in 45 hours around fucking Christmas. I say I like it, but you know what? It actually might be nice to just sit around at like Christmas time. And you know what? She's out getting a big old BBC on the side. You know what? I'll just sit around and play Xbox instead of working. Actually, not such a bad gig.
Oh, just consume podcasts all day, do nothing but enjoy lavender. It sounds like such a spoiled life, bro.
You're like, listen, I've been around the block enough. I don't care who's out doing what, as long as I'm going to be benefiting. I don't care what just don't bring it home, or do you not even care if you're in the room at this point? As long as you're like, can I use my PlayStation
yeah, no, I don't
portal?
want to be in the room. I don't want to be in the room.
Even if you have a PlayStation portal there to keep you occupied, you're like, you okay, honey?
Keep them fake moans to yourself.
Well, I think the fake ones would probably be for you.
No, never coming from me, my guy.
But if you're, I guess
she's motivated.
I guess what is the point
she's
then?
Keeping me around for something.
That's true. It must just be for the D. But then why? So I guess we really couldn't even have this situation reversed because it's just such an implausible situation. So, but yeah, this dude.
A guy can dream.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't think Sean O'Malley's winning any hearts over with this, other than you, likes of you and Andrew Tate and guys like that. But I think at this point, his wife's not going to be too happy with him even putting it out there too, just brazenly. It's one thing to take it from me. It's one thing to do it, but then to publicly make it known that you've done it doesn't really go over real well. Just gonna throw that out there. So. Just on some my own experience. Yeah. Do you think his wife is actually okay with that, or do you think she's just gonna take half his money?
He's been with her. He's been with her for a long time. They have multiple kids and stuff. So I'm thinking it's just something that she's okay with.
She's just, maybe they got a poly thing going on or something. Who knows?
Yeah, the guy's just a testosterone-filled animal. Guy can't help himself.
Yeah, it's hard, I guess. that excuse doesn't really fly, man. Not real well. Checking to see
Maybe
here
when
with
you're
the
bringing
league.
home the bag, it does.
Well, I've never brought home the bag, I guess, so or at least not to that extent.
Me neither. I'm bagless.
Not to that extent by any means. So actually, interesting, Mikey. I do have something that might be interesting to you. Now, what is it that Brianna does for a living?
She works with like toner on an assembly line, but she used to be a molecular biologist.
It's like a chemical engineer kind of thing?
Yeah, that's kind of what she does now, yes.
Okay, all right. Are you aware that engineers are one of the most likely professions to cheat? Now, that is in men. But yes, I thought you'd, because I found out that research reveals who is most likely to cheat on their partners, and it does include engineers. And I have actually the professions of women who most likely will cheat. And it includes medical assistants / nurses. Now, does that count in the veterinary field too, medical? So I don't know what to think about that.
Say That covers most of the nurses I know. No offense to any nurses in the chat.
This next one, yeah, there's a lot of that is interesting. It seems like that. I think that's probably got to be an opportunity thing, right? Because they're working long hours, probably working with doctors and stuff. They can get away with it. And find a room
trick
somewhere.
Shifts and dude, just work at 6 a.m. in the morning, have to work at 12 hours.
So then, professions of women who most likely cheat include medical assistants / nurses, and then also unemployed women. I'm not why that counts as a profession, but apparently unemployed. So does that mean just like stay-at-home moms? Basically, yep. I mean, they're the ones that are most likely to cheat. So send your woman out to get a job, just not a medical assistant or a nurse or administrative assistant, which usually is what, like a secretary, executive assistant,
office staff,
banging the boss. But on the other hand, professions of women who most likely cheat include women who are in a managerial position. So women who control the ball game are the ones that are doing some cheating in the workplace. And then finally, women, and I've heard this about these ladies. I heard these girls like to get down. Teachers. I heard female teachers are freaks. I heard that they're all nice and normal when they're teachers, but then they get outside that classroom and they're all freak nasty and they love to let loose. These are the rumors I've heard. I don't know that any of this is true.
Dude, I know some raging alcoholic teachers. So
did you see that women that went to work drunk?
Oh yeah, bro.
It was terrible. Please don't arrest me. Please don't arrest me. And the cop's like, put your hands behind your back. He was so mad at her.
What's in this cup? I juice from yesterday.
Right. It smells a little fermented. And here are the professions of men who are most likely to cheat. Again, those in a managerial position, so the guys that are bosses at work. Engineers, like I mentioned. That's a pretty broad field, engineers. That could be anything from, there's lots of different types of engineers. Managing directors. Now, does that mean like a sales manager? No, because the next one is sales manager. So I don't know what the hell a managing director is. What does a managing director do? Developing and implementing strategic plans and company policies, maintaining an open dialogue with stakeholders, and driving organizational success. Okay, so people way up, like almost to the board and stuff. Okay, cool. So that makes sense. Super rich dudes. Sales managers, again, people who are in positions of power. And then construction workers. And that's another one because they got time and they're usually all ripped and tan. They travel a lot, the construction workers.
Oh, living out of hotels.
That's what I mean. Yeah, they work all day. They go stay in a hotel and then go to the hotel bar at night and some rando bar check or something or whatever. So yeah, that makes sense. That list does seem to make sense to me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's it. That's those. So that is who research says are most likely to cheat. It doesn't say anything about failed radio guys in there. All right. I think that's all I got for tonight. Yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up. So tomorrow, yeah, that's it. That's it for tonight. Tomorrow's a big day, baby. Tomorrow is officially...
Eat your vitamins, take your meds, make sure everything's right.
That's right, buddy. Anytime it comes up from now on, this is getting played. I hope everybody's ready for it because it's that time. It is time for fantasy football season. The first game is Thursday night, correct? Who's starting the season? Do you know?
Who's this Thursday?
It's not. Is it next Thursday? Who's the inaugural? Who's the inaugural game?
Is it?
Wait a minute. If it's next Thursday, why did they get rid of a week of preseason then? If they're only doing 3 preseason games, they're having a bye week in between.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Are you serious?
Yeah, they have off for Labor Day. They always did have off for Labor Day.
I was just confused. I didn't know. For some reason I thought that only one. I thought they were just going to start earlier, and they were doing that for some reason. I totally whiffed on that one. So all right. Well, either way, am I doing it too soon? Should we not do it tomorrow night? I feel like
we should do it tomorrow night. That's more than enough time. Most people have already drafted.
That's why I wanted to wait as close as we could until the first game. So I guess it was a couple days ahead of myself there, but oh well. That shows you what I know. So much for that first pick. Might be a waste. Who knows? And I saw what you were doing, by the way. I know what you were doing with that Patrick Mahomes pick that you were trying to dangle out in front of me. I know what you were doing.
How do you leave Mahomes or Kelsey out there, dude? These are perennial PPR champions.
Mahomes?
Yeah.
Why is he a PPR champion? Does he get a point per reception?
No, the guy puts up all kinds of points every week, man. He averages over 500 yards a week, 5 touchdowns a week. I mean,
but should they change it now that we're talking PPR league, though?
It wouldn't change my draft strategy at all.
Wouldn't. Interesting. Because I did a lot of mock drafting and I did a lot of reading this weekend, and I didn't see anybody suggesting you take Patrick Mahomes first, Mikey. Not one.
I don't go along with trends and mock drafts, man. I go by the motion of my own ocean.
I feel like somebody was trying to put some sort of bad draft pick on me is the problem. So that's what I think was happening. What's up? Is that Skull?
Griff.
What's up, Griff? All right. I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight, guys. Mike, you got anything else? I think that's all I got for the night. So
I got nothing. I'm tired today, man.
All right.
I slept like garbage last night. I napped too much yesterday, and then I ended up staying way too late last night, so I started watching the Swamp Kings, the Florida Gators documentary from the 04 to 06 season.
Was it any good? I watched for 2 seconds of it, and I went, I don't want to watch this.
Yep, I'm hooked.
All right, well, I have to
now that Tebow's there and the intensity that these guys were talking about, and just the way this team started to play for each other and everything like that is just wild. The late night gym sessions and everything like that, it looks real fun.
Interesting. All right. Okay, well, real quick, I'm going to check in the chat before we wrap things up, Mikey, so I will, well, actually, you can hang out for a second. Actually, because CYX is talking about you. She's like, really, guys? 14-hour shift on your feet with no shower, let's up in the broom closet and screw? Doesn't sound fun to me. No, I didn't think that. I would think it was more like when they have a minute on their lunch break, they can maybe sneak in and get one, find a room to knock out and something like that. That's what I was more saying with the nurses and things like that. Brap is saying he will not be here because go ahead.
I used to meet up with them nurses after they worked 14-hour shifts and everything like that. We all stank each other from the hospital. Pick them up at the bar.
Really?
Yeah.
That's go.
That girl the girl that I went to Tennessee with and ended up with that nasty ass tattoo on the back of my arm. Was a nurse.
Gotcha. Okay, so you've been around the block, so you know that girl do that. It's going back to that with the professions that people cheat. Blue Wolverine said, "Dumb, does phone screener count as a communications engineer?" So there you go. I guess maybe I fell into that thing, and I'm not trying to make fun of it. I know it sounds like I'm making light of it, but no, it hurt people, and it was not a good thing to do. So I'm not trying to make light of it. So just trying to do a show. So don't be mad at me when we talk to you later on. Let's see. That's it. Yep. Tomorrow night, 8:00 is the draft. So Mikey, I'm gonna let you go. If you want to go start doing your start figuring it all out, start doing your mocks, and we'll see what happens, man. Let's see if I can actually hang with a self-professed fantasy football expert. So, all right, dude, I love you. Good luck. Talk to you tomorrow, man. See ya. All right. I think that's going to wrap things up for us guys tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging out and streaming on the tube tonight. Remember, Mikey and I do love sports, so every once in a while you're going to get some heavy sports shows, and then otherwise, other days you're going to get heavy fart shows. So pick your battles, guys. And I do have to say one last thing before we wrap things up, guys. I just want to remind everybody to get your pets spayed and neutered. You know what I'm saying? Help control the pet population. That's going to wrap things up for us on another dumb show tonight. If you've not already hit the like button, please hit that like button. If not for me, for my main man, Bob Barker. Big ups to the greatest game show host in the history of the world. Give it up for him. And do get your pets spayed or neutered because they could get bloat. You don't want your dogs to get bloat. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, guys. We're going to wrap it up. I hope, hey, if you've not already, like I said, hit that like button. Go ahead and please hit that like button. And if you've not already subscribed to the channel, please do that. It's a great way to help communicate. And of course, the best way to help support another dumb show is by joining up. It's $1.99 a month, and you can stream on my tube and help support the show. And we'll keep that stream keep going. That's how it goes. We'll help you guys. Will help keep it going. That's all there is to it. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up for us tonight. I'm out of here. See you.